The renowned Berlin Brandenburg International School, situated on a large campus on the Seeberg in Kleinmachnow, has made a name for itself well beyond Berlin and the state of Brandenburg, with its successful implementation of an advanced educational concept. Students aged 3 to 19 years from many different countries around the world enjoy a wide-ranging educational offering that gives them ample scope for individual involvement. What makes BBIS different from other private schools in Germany? What makes this school special? Here is what the school's director, Thomas Schädler, says. Our ideology, if you want, is our international orientation, in that we offer and teach our children the skills they will need to survive and succeed in a globalized world. One important aspect of that is language, of course. Our language of instruction is English, but along with that they naturally learn German and another foreign language. Then there is the daily exposure to a variety of cultures. The teachers come from 20 different countries, the students from close to 50 different countries. This daily exposure and sharing inevitably means a tremendous enrichment for the students, a chance to prepare for future careers. Particularly children and young people from diplomat families, as well as students whose parents are senior managers in multinational companies, are taught in this internationally oriented, first-rate educational program. The high degree of motivation amongst teachers and students is in large part due to the small group size and individual care for each child. In many classes, a second teacher supports children who have deficits in English because it is not their native language. Due to frequent relocations of their parents, many students have the opportunity to get to know and compare different school systems, such as this student from Canada. It's a very tolerant, respectful social climate. All the teachers and students take care of each other. And the teachers are always willing to offer extra support outside of class times. It is truly a very modern educational concept, the success of which obviously depends on how much the international faculty is able to implement this concept in the classroom. What you will find here are truly motivated teachers who are involved with heart and soul, who want to change the world. I always say that teachers must also be artists. They need a studio in which they can unfold their creativity, and to some extent, I see the school as such a studio, where teachers are given room to unfold freely. You will notice this difference anytime and anywhere. When you enter any classroom in our school, there is always something going on. It is alive. There is movement, and there is a positive atmosphere that everybody notices immediately. For example, at this presentation by young artists, the students were given the opportunity to study the life and work of an artist chosen by themselves, then put their own interpretations on paper and presented them at an exhibition. The third graders showed no signs of stage fright, neither in front of their classmates nor their parents and the camera team. The students are open to and critical of the world, and they've learned to present themselves. They're good at giving presentations. They have no fears, because it is part of their everyday life. Many curricular and extracurricular activities, from playing together in instrumental groups to the very popular choir concerts and theatre performances, help the students learn to display their talents confidently in front of an audience. What is the philosophy behind this educational concept? School Director Thomas Schädler.
Das pädagogische Konzept beruht.
The pedagogical concept is based on putting the individual student at the center. We try to fulfill the needs of every single student. And these students from all over the world are, of course, at totally different stages in their school careers. And that is where we pick them up.
Und da werden sie abgeholt. Und dann haben wir ein sogenanntes
And we have the so-called inquiry-based curriculum, which means that we start with the student's own interests. What is the child interested in? The children first have to formulate this question themselves. What is it that I want to learn? What am I actually interested in? We then provide the appropriate tools. Okay, if you want to be able to do this, you first need to have these basic requirements, learn these basic skills. So that is the basic system. Address each child individually and place the child's sense of inquiry at the center of teaching. This begins already with the youngest, for whom learning by playing is still the dominant form of instruction. After spending their excess energy on the school's playground, the preschool and elementary school children are that much better able to face new challenges, such as here, where they playfully experience physical principles by producing different kinds of rattles. In physics class of a later grade, the demonstrations logically look somewhat different.
The transverse wave will look something like this. The transverse wave is like this. The wave is transmitting energy from one place to the other. Okay, so the energy is the motion or the energy transfer.
Independent experimenting, individual learning, gathering one's own experiences. This is facilitated at BBIS also by the fact that with 18 students, the maximum class size is relatively small, so that teachers can direct intensive attention towards the questions and needs of each individual student.